Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Guys at Magic. This is Hunter and Shane. Say what's up, Shane.
Hi.
And we have the newest member to Guys at Magic. This is Steven. Say hello, Steven.
Hello, my friends.
Welcome to Guys at Magic. This is going to be fun. Steven has been our friend for a very long time, and you are the newest person that's played Magic out of all of our friends, but I think you know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, if it's Mill, I'll talk about it all day, baby.
Right.
Well, there is, I don't believe, any mill cards in today's spoiler video, but we will just go ahead and jump straight into all the rares and mythics that were announced today. I didn't think there was going to be a lot today, but then we had the wrap-up video on Magic's Twitch channel that just dropped a heavy load.
Whoa.
So, yeah, that's
Wow.
right, heavy loads.
Okay.
So the first card we're going to be talking about is Ogre-Head Helmet. Ogre-Head Helmet is 1 and a red for a 2/2 artifact creature equipment ogre. It says equipped creature gets +2/+2, and whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice that creature. If you do, discard your hand, draw 3 cards. It's got a reconfigure cost of 3. Shane, what do we think?
Kind of on the head, dude. Ogre-Head Helmet. Like, that's the name of the card, really? Could this be
That's
like a
the
bad
translation.
Yeah.
That's the name of the card.
I mean, I don't know what to think of this card. Honestly, dude, this is the thing I think of right here, dude. Like, I don't understand what's going on in this picture.
You're talking about from Mars. What's that called? What's that movie called?
When
Yeah,
Mars
Mars
attacks.
Attacks, dude.
Attack. Yeah, Mars
Floating
Attacks.
heads and shit. Like, it's super weird, dude.
True. But what do you think
Is
about
it
the
good?
card itself?
Honestly, man, I don't. This one seems good. It seems like a really aggro card, right? Like, you put this in a red aggro deck and just go for face, I guess. 2 mana, 2. It's a bear. It's like a bear. It's a bear you can equip.
It is another bear. You're correct. This
Yeah.
is, I think, the interesting part about this card is that if you are running mono red, you're obviously getting rid of a lot of threats in your hand. Then you can just draw 3 cards.
Yes, it's a reminiscent of David's lovely, what was it, like a Bevelum Reveler or whatever one of them was. Pitch it. You just basically discard your hand, draw 3 cards.
Yeah. What do you think, Steven?
I think this card's great. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, 2 mana, 2/2, solid, and then you can equip it next turn or on the same turn, and basically get +2/+2. And then when you get low on your hand, you can attack with it and possibly get rid of a bad hand and draw 3 cards. I think this is a pretty decent card.
Yeah. You think it's going to see any play in the current standard?
Shit, I'll play it.
This isn't milling though, dude.
Yeah, 2 mana for a 2/2. Okay.
I play Mill, I play zombies, and I play vampires, and I think this would be pretty fun, especially when I have like 2. Because like what I'm reading here is even if I have 2 cards in hand, I discard my hand and then draw 3 cards, so it's still a plus.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
absolutely.
And if I read it again, that's a May ability, so you don't even have to do it.
It's, man, you're really good at reading. I love this.
If you read the card, it tells you what it does.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That is pretty wild, man. You have great insight.
I'm telling you, dude. Best edition of this channel.
Let's move on. Next up, we have Springleaf Avenger. Springleaf Avenger is 3 and 2 green for a 6/5 creature insect ninja. It's got ninjutsu for 3 and a green. And whenever Springleaf Avenger deals combat damage to a player, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Ooh, this is a insane card.
What do you think, Steven?
I think it's a little expensive. I mean, the ninjutsu is pretty fun, but I mean, like, I just think to return a card from your graveyard to your hand, I just think there are better, cheaper cards out there to do this.
This is nuts, though, dude.
I don't know, man. I think this is pretty powerful. What's insane to me is that the ability is on combat damage, and the ninjutsu is cheaper than the card itself.
Yeah. That's what I thought was weird, right? Because, Steven, I don't think you'll ever pay. I mean, I don't think I would at least pay that 5. This is a 4 mana 6/5.
So you pay one less. You get a
Yeah.
6/5. But I mean, like,
Tapped and attacking,
but
yeah.
if you're paying 4, unless you're like ramping pretty hard, in my opinion, I feel like they're gonna have a blocker out there. But then again, I mean,
Probably.
obviously you don't ninjutsu unless there's no blocker.
That's true.
Correct.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But that's my point on it. I mean, like for 4 mana, I feel like at that point in the game, definitely some blockers. I mean, in Commander, this would be pretty fun just because obviously you have 3 different opponents.
Yeah.
Hey, if you just have a 1/1 flyer, they can't block the flyer. You throw this in instead, and then it's just like 6/5, come at your face.
Give me a Thopter, daddy.
Ooh. And then bring something to your hand. Seems really
And
good.
bring a permanent card. It could be anything. You have a land that you want to bring back, put it in your hand.
Yeah.
Big fan of this card. I think this
Pretty
card's
cool.
going to see a lot of play in mono green Stompy.
Very well.
Next up, we have Explosive Singularity. Explosive Singularity is 8 and 2 red for a sorcery that says as an additional cost to play this card, you can tap any number of untapped creatures you control. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature tapped this way, and it deals 10 damage to any target.
The fuck?
I think it's too expensive.
No, dude.
Mm,
You can be
I kind of
tapping a lot, dude.
you'd be tapping a lot, but I mean, if you're going tribal, I mean, could you imagine this in like Edgar Markov? You just have a ton of vampire tokens. Or I mean, to be honest with you, with this entire set, I've been seeing like a new like rat kind of tribal coming out.
Yeah.
So I really think that'd be kind of fun, especially with this card, like a little black red rat tribal, and then you just tap a bunch of rat tokens and you just deal 10 damage to anything.
You call me crazy. Is that a little rat right there, dude? Is that
I
in the middle?
think so. Is that Master Splinter?
Maybe, dude.
Shredder, dude?
Samurai rat.
All right. I think besides thinking about this in an EDH deck, though,
No,
standard
it's way
just
too
seems scary,
expensive.
dude. Yeah. 100% I
I
think it's
mean,
an EDH easy.
10 damage dealing to your face in a normal game of standard where you just have 20 life, it's nothing to scoff at. But getting all those creatures is the difficult part.
I mean,
Plus,
getting all those creatures and then getting to 10 mana, you know, I mean, if you
Because
don't.
essentially you're just doing 10 mana for 10 damage if you don't tap any creatures, which is
Yeah.
still too expensive.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
That Mythic, too, is going to be one of those Mythics that cost 3 cents.
that David
I
will catch in his
might be
pre-release.
able to afford that.
Yeah.
There you go, man. All right, next up is Risona, Asari Commander. Risona is 1, a red and a white for a 3/3 legendary creature human samurai. It's got haste. It states, whenever Risona deals combat damage to a player, if it doesn't have an indestructible counter on it, put an indestructible counter on it. Whenever combat damage is dealt to you, remove an indestructible counter from Risona. I think this is dope.
Interesting.
We're in this set, we've been seeing more than just +1/+1 counters being added and moved to creatures, and I think that's really cool.
I mean, you know, I came into Magic a little bit. You know, this will be the first Kamigawa set that I've seen. So in the previous one, was there the reconfigure and stuff like that?
Reconfigure's brand new.
Yeah, I think that like between like the reconfigure and like all these different kind of counters going on to stuff, I think this is probably one of the coolest sets I've seen in a long time.
Definitely
Yep.
adding a lot to the game. Nice
The
new.
card itself though is pretty amazing. I mean, for a 3 mana 3/3, can get it out really early, haste, I mean, indestructible counter, and then you know, you can use it as a blocker. I mean, I think that's pretty cool.
Yep. I completely
But
agree.
the downside, dude, if you play with this card in Commander, it's going to be Asari Commander.
We're not going to be talking about it as a commander quite yet because this is going to be in our commander grade video.
You fuck, dude, it was a
Oh,
pun.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. It went right over Hunter's head.
Right over his head.
Sorry about that.
You're a
Commander.
loser, dude. Whatever.
I mean, this
Whatever,
card art,
dude.
by the way, is pretty sick. She's holding the axe with her hand, and then there's a robot hand holding it as well.
Hey man,
Like
Cyberpunk
Thanos, dude.
Samurai.
Ugh.
Ugh.
I don't know. I think this card sees play. There's always these crazy Boros cards, I feel like.
I mean, Boros is a great color combo. I think this card 100% sees play. I mean, it's a 3-mana 3/3 with haste, if nonetheless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bro.
Next up, we have another vehicle they announced. This is Mukotai Soulripper. Mukotai Soulripper is 1 and a black for a 4/3 artifact vehicle. It states, whenever Mukotai Soulripper attacks, you may sacrifice another artifact or creature. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on Mukotai Soulripper, and it gains menace until end of turn. It's crew for just 2.
Dude. These vehicles are so pushed.
These vehicles are nuts.
These
2
are
mana
so
for a
overpowered.
4/3.
These are way too overpowered, dude. There's no downside because it's a May. Like, you don't have to do anything.
Yep.
Steven, tell me this is nuts.
I'd drive it.
Yeah, you would.
I drive it. Once again, though, we're getting a vehicle in a color that I don't normally see vehicles in.
Yeah, I
Pretty
don't
cool.
really see any like black colored vehicles. It's pretty interesting. Crew 2 for a 4/3 isn't bad either.
I mean, no, it's stupid.
It's really good, and it only grows, and you can give it menace. So essentially, people are saying that you can sacrifice Eye Twitch or something else that we've seen in the mono black decks to this, which would be a great thing to sack.
Or a token.
Or a token. You can get rid of a
Yeah.
treasure token.
It's too bad that iTwitch can't crew it though by itself. That would be broken.
That would be pretty nuts. I mean, we did see the other one that was Crew 1, which was a 4/3 as well. So
And
I
then
think
it's like,
that's
dude,
a card art I would love to see. An eye twitch in that thing.
chilling in the mouth right there, dude.
I like it. All right, next up we have another flip saga. This is Jugan Defends the Temple. Jugan Defends the Temple is 2 and a green for an enchantment saga. The first ability, create a 1/1 green human monk creature token with tap to add a green. The second one is put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. And the third is exile this saga, then return it to the battlefield transformed under your control. When it's transformed, it turns into Remnant of the Rising Star. Remnant of the Rising Star is a 2/2 enchantment creature dragon spirit that has flying. States, whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay X. When you do, put X +1/+1 counters on that creature. As long as you control 5 or more modified creatures, Remnant of the Rising Star gets +5/+5 and has trample.
Broken. Like the
Can I just say how cool this
utmost
art is
broken.
real quick?
I was saying the exact same thing to Steven, dude.
This art is amazing.
I mean, it does look like they literally just etched a leaf and took a photo of it. It's
Yeah.
gorgeous.
They said on the stream that this is a painting, but it is in the style of that leaf art that people actually do.
Yeah, this
Obviously.
card is ridiculously broken in my opinion.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking strong, dude.
The
3
mythic
mana.
for
I
a
like it.
reason, okay?
It's
True.
mythic for a reason. Yeah, I think 3 mana to create a mana dork, and then next time you can just put +1/+1 counters on said dork or up to another target creature, exile it. I think, to be honest with you, the enchantment creature part is my favorite part about this card.
Yeah, dude, everything comes in with fucking counters now.
Yeah,
If
so
you
like,
want.
If you want.
if you want. Oh my god.
So maybe like a green-white modified deck, dude.
What was
It's a
the deck that
possibility.
came out during the Innistrad set, the green white? Who was the commander on that one?
That was Lenore, Autumn Sovereign.
Yeah, I think like this card in like a Lenore style deck or like a Kyler style deck would be just insane to play with. Like like could you imagine this with like doubling season?
No, that'd be broken.
Or Vorinclex? Oh my gosh.
Doubling
Yeah.
season would actually like transform in 2 turns because it enters with 2 counters. So it would do the first 2 immediately. Yeah. It'd have 2 lore counters when it comes in. That'd be pretty cool, man.
And with
Sorry, I know
Vortex,
you guys
Mark
like
and
talk a
stuff.
lot about like standard and stuff like that, but I feel like
No, we
every
talk
once
about
in
it
a while
all.
we can
They
throw
don't let me
some
have my
commander
fun in
there.
EDH, dude.
We
They
talk
say,
about all of it.
Wait for the EDH video.
No, those are legendary creatures.
Whatever. Let's go on.
All right. Well, next up we have Kami of Transience. Kami of Transience is 1 and a green for a 2/2 creature spirit. It's got trample. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Kami of Transience. At the beginning of each end step, if an enchantment was put into your graveyard from the battlefield this turn, you may return Kami of Transience from your graveyard to your hand. Look, Shane, another bear.
A bear and a spirit, and it only has upside.
So
That's a really
you
good
love
card.
it.
That's a really good card. Don't know how or what deck it'll be in, but it's a really good card.
Enchantment deck, dude. Like the enchantment we just saw.
Yeah.
There's no way this goes in an enchantment deck.
Nah, you're right. It doesn't make any sense.
Just bounces all the enchantments.
Yeah, I'm giving this a solid insane.
Yeah, I like this card. I think it's, once again, I feel like all these bears we're seeing they're all good enough to see play.
Most bears are, dude. That's why they're bears. But I agree.
Yeah, I think this would be really cool. I mean, little copy target creature. It's not a legendary. Bounce some, enchantments or flicker them back in. I think this would be a pretty cool combo piece.
Oh, yeah, dude. Especially with a deck that cares about modified creatures.
No way.
Modifications, dude.
Whoa, dude.
Wozers.
Bananas.
All right, and we got the new land. This is the final legendary land that they're showing us. This is Eiganjo, Seat of the Empire. Eiganjo, Seat of the Empire is the legendary land that can tap for a white, and it's got the channel ability that you can pay 2 and a white to discard this. It deals 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. This ability costs 1 less to cast, or 1 less to activate, for each legendary creature you control. Very strange that dealing damage is in white.
Yeah, but it's to blocking or attacking, and that's typically what white does.
Yeah, I mean, like Defiant Strike and stuff like that. I think this
Yeah.
kind of goes into white pretty good. What I don't like is just the legendary creature text, but other than that, I think this is a pretty solid card.
It's been on all these new cards. I mean, and this might even be one of the stronger ones now. Like, what's the strongest ones to the black one? Or what color was it? The
I think the
green
green
one.
one. The green one was the strongest.
So this is a second, like a runner-up. Then I think this is really good.
I mean, but to have a land that doesn't come in tapped, I think is pretty solid, and then it also has an ability is pretty cool as well.
Yeah, but it's still, if it said like exile target, I think that would, like, dealing just 4 damage. That it's not guaranteed to kill something either.
Well, it seems like most of the threats we've seen so far have been like 4/3s or 2/2s.
I guess, but if you're trying to get rid of like a Kraken,
Okay, well then this isn't the. If you're trying to get rid of a Kraken, you've already probably lost.
I know that's what I'm saying. It should say like exile or something. Like the green one said destroy, enchantment, and all that other stuff. It's just like, here's 4 damage.
I don't know. This seems good enough.
I
don't know.
I mean,
too much.
what I don't like doing when I play games is I'm not a big fan of holding too much mana up. So for me, I'm just not a big fan of like holding up 3 mana. Now, granted, obviously, if I have a bunch of legendaries on the field, it wouldn't be as expensive, but still.
Yeah, you could get this out for 1 mana.
You don't like playing on other people's turn? That's like the best part of Magic.
Well, like I'll hold a
That's-
couple things up, but it depends on like what deck I'm playing. Like obviously, I want to keep like a couple blue spells, but like that's just to scare them. You know what I mean? Just put the fear of God in them.
Yeah, dude. Your turn is my turn.
That's
All right,
Shane's
Staxy
favorite color
boy.
is blue.
Seems like a good
All
mana.
right. The next card, we finished the Invoke cycle as well. This one is the green one. It's Invoke the Ancients. Invoke the Ancients cost 1 and 4 green for a sorcery. It states create 2 4/5 green spirit creature tokens. For each of them, put your choice of a vigilance counter, a reach counter, or a trample counter on it. So for 5 mana, you get 8/10 of worth of power and toughness.
With Vigilance and Trample or like Region.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. In a mono green deck, that's pretty crazy.
This is a really good thing to throw in there in mono green stompy.
I feel like all the other ones were not that good for their respective colors.
Yeah. I think this is the only one that I could actually see actually being played.
Yeah. What do you think, Steven?
I think I would hold up a counterspell for this for
Oh
sure.
yeah, would you? You hold
Just
the mana.
just
I think I
holding
would
it up.
hold the mana for this one.
Yeah,
Makes
it's
sense. Makes sense.
pretty tough to deal with. 4/5, man. It's big.
Yeah, and it's like they come into the field and then boom, as soon as they come onto the field, vigilance, reach, counter, or trample. I mean, to me that's crazy.
Yep.
Your opponent just played some flyers. Oh, sorry about that. Let me just
Sorry. Reached.
I
Luckily,
reached
it's
them.
not overpowered. It's not an instant. That would be bad.
Yes, that would be awful. If this was an instant, mythic for sure.
Or like green white. Dude, give it some haste. Or green red. I mean, ooh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
put some fire in those trees. Ooh.
dude.
They also finished the March cycle. This is the blue one. This is March of the Swirling Mist. March of the Swirling Mist is X and a blue for an instant. It states, as an additional cost to cast this spell, you may exile any number of blue cards from your hand. This spell costs 2 less to cast for each card exiled this way. Up to X target creatures phase out. Seems like a pretty good card you like, Shane.
I do. It's hard to judge. I guess.
I feel like I'm going to say this, and it's going to be really good, but I'm not a big fan of this.
Also, I'm
Why?
not. I don't know.
I don't want to discard cards from my hand, number one.
You don't have to.
Doesn't it say?
Says you may
No, yeah, you may. Yeah,
to like make it cost less.
So yeah, so you can essentially pay 4 mana, phase out 3 creatures. Seems
Yeah.
pretty good.
Okay.
I mean
I
that's
guess
just
you're right.
that's. I feel like that's a lot of mana to hold up just to phase out some cards that might be dying. I mean, granted, if I'm playing against like mono black or mono red and they're trying to destroy like Blasphemous Act or like Toxic Deluge, I think this would be like really cool to have in hand. I just think this is a little bit too situational.
Yeah, but you just don't like holding up mana. It sounds like so. Maybe you just.
As
I mean,
the
like a
resident blue
couple.
player, Shane, go
It's
ahead.
it's not uncommon to hold up your hand. So I'm not worried about that. I was worried about what you said too, though. Like I wouldn't want to get rid of the cards. So I guess you don't have to do that. But I mean, there's just better things to do besides like phasing them out. I don't know how this works. I'm gonna sound really stupid here. When you phase something out, does it lose its counters?
No,
No,
it
it
just
just leaves and then comes back.
Yep.
All right, I guess it's not that. That's not.
Everything that attached to him
It's like
phases out with
Teferi's
it.
protection.
Hmm.
It's a blue
Mm.
Teferi's protection, just without the white.
Well, just think. I'm strictly thinking of it in standard then. Yeah, fuck it. We could use this in standard.
This is a good protector.
Yeah.
I like
We do
it.
have a couple bounces in standard at the moment.
Yeah,
But I
Fading
guess-
Hope.
Yeah. But I guess this doesn't require you to replay the thing, so that's probably better. I don't know.
Yeah. And that was the last card of the actual set itself that was announced today. The next couple of cards we're going to go over is the cards that are straight to Commander that you can only find in the set boosters and the collector boosters. All of these are the exact same card, but they're just different colors. These are the Myojins. The Myojins are just spirits that all cost 8 mana, and they all do the exact same thing where they all enter with an indestructible counter if you cast it from your hand. So even though they're all legendary, they're terrible as a commander themselves because their ability doesn't work if not cast from your hand. So the first one is Myojin of Blooming Dawn. Again, 5 and 3 white for a 4/6. It's got that ability. If you cast it from your hand, it gets indestructible. You can remove that indestructible counter and then create a 1/1 colorless spirit creature token for each permanent you control.
I'm just trying to figure out what these cards are. This is really weird.
They're super weird. I'm just going to go over them real quick and we'll break them down. So the other one is of Cryptic Dreams, 5 and 3 blue for a 3/3. When you remove the indestructible counter, you can copy target permanent spell you control 3 times. The green one is of Towering Might. That's 5 and 3 green for an 8/8. Remove the indestructible counter from it and distribute 8 +1/+1 counters among any number of target creatures you control. They gain trample to end a turn. The black one is of Grim Betrayal, which is 5 and 3 black for a 5/2. When you remove the indestructible counter, you can put onto the battlefield under your control all creature cards in all graveyards that were put there from anywhere this turn. And the red one is of Roaring Blades, 5 and 3 red for a 7/4. When you remove the indestructible counter from it, it deals 7 damage to each of up to 3 targets.
You judge
I
these.
love them and I hate them.
Yeah, I don't know how to judge these.
They're so expensive.
They're very expensive. I think, in my opinion, if I had to pick, my favorite one is definitely Towering Might.
The green one, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. The green one, I mean, to distribute 8 +1/+1 counters, and then they get trample until end of turn.
Bro, how about copying 3 spells or a spell
You
3
copying
times?
a spell 3 times.
Yeah.
It's pretty nuts. Yeah.
They're all okay. Like, they're all like they'll have pretty sick abilities, but like they're straight to commander cards that they made sure couldn't be your commander. It just seems very weird.
I mean, I think they made a good decision doing that.
I just feel like that they're irrelevant now. I mean, like
You still could make them your commander, but
you just wouldn't. No, why would you do that?
they're 8 mana.
They're 8 mana for one, and then they literally don't have any abilities.
You can
The
try
only-
and find something that gives indestructible counters.
Okay, there you go. It gives
I
it
think-
a
isn't
relatively new
there-
counter.
I'm pretty sure there is a card that does that, though.
1 card.
Yeah,
It's not worth it.
This is very weird. This is a very weird choice. They're all cool. I like them all. But why?
I don't know, man. I don't know if they see play being 8 mana.
In standard? No.
No, they're
Oh,
not
okay.
standard
Okay,
legal.
yeah,
They're
yeah, okay, then
commander.
yeah.
They're commander only.
Then sure, I mean, throw one of them in your deck, but like, what the fuck? Why?
8 mana is so expensive, though.
Throw them in like a Prosh deck, dude. You'll probably get the mana at some point.
I mean, let's think about this. You tap 8 mana, and then your opponent just goes countered.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm pretty sure I'd scoop instantly. I'd be so mad.
It's like, all right,
would-
cool.
You would hate to play with David then, dude.
That's how I played on Monday with David.
I think these are. I think situationally these cards are great. I just think they're too situational.
Yeah, I just don't know how to judge these. They're cool. They're really cool.
Mm-hmm. I think they're cool as well. The other card that's only exclusive to set and collector boosters, straight to commander, is a
Dogecoin.
good boy.
Ooh.
That's right. This is Yoshimaru Ever Faithful. Yoshimaru Ever Faithful is 1 white mana for a 1/1 legendary creature dog. Whenever another legendary permanent enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Yoshimaru Ever Faithful. It's got
Bet you
partner,
$10.
which means you can have 2 commanders if both have partner.
Bet you $10 if Elon Musk didn't play Magic together, and you will now.
Dude, it's got partner. That's sick, dude.
Yeah. You can have him be your pet dog. That's awesome.
Dude, the flavor text is fucking sad.
What was the
Day after day, he sat there, knowing that the Wanderer would soon be back for him.
What a good dog.
What was the one card? The cycle card. Whenever you cycled, you get a +1/+1 counter. It was a white dog as well, or was it a fox?
Oh. No, it was it was a fox. It was in the fucking Yeah. It was a fucking fox, dude.
This reminds me of that cycle card a little bit. Obviously, I mean, now granted, you're not cycling; you have to cast these legendary permanents, but I think this is a pretty cool dog.
I want to make a partner dog, dude.
Do it. Make a partner dog.
Can we find another partnered card that's a dog? So the 2 dogs are partners?
Is there a partner cat? Cat dog?
Go. Cat dog?
Get that. You could. I think there is one actually. It's not in this set though. Done that much. All right. The next card, again, straight to commander. This is Ruthless Technomancer. Ruthless Technomancer is 3 and a black for a 2/4 creature, human wizard. It says, when Ruthless Technomancer enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice another creature you control. If you do, create a number of treasure tokens equal to that creature's power. You can pay 2 and a black to sacrifice X artifacts. Return target creature card with power X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. X can't be 0. People are calling this the new crazy dockside.
I love this card. I hate to sound like David, but I love recursion, and this just makes me really happy.
I mean, yeah.
Also, is this an Akatsuki member? Like, what's going on here?
He's a technomancer, dude.
Yeah, but he's definitely wearing like an Akatsuki robe. Like,
Dude, he's like a fucking fish man. Look at his head. Unless I'm saying
Alright.
this wrong.
Can we just talk about getting rid of a big creature and making that many treasure tokens? That's crazy.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but you're sacrificing creatures you control.
Yeah, but what if you make this deck like you take
Yeah, but then you can
people's
sacrifice
creatures?
X artifacts. This is going to be a sick combo piece. I'm calling it right now, dude.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it'll be a combo piece, but like, I don't want to do it.
Hey, listen, you can sack one of those 8/8 cards,
There you go, dude.
8 mana cards with the indestructible counter once you're done taking the indestructible counter off.
Bingo.
Hmm.
I don't know. I think this card's going to see a lot of play. I think
I agree.
might be a staple in a lot of black decks moving
Hey,
forward.
I mean, I would like to maybe see it be like 2 generic and a black. I think
I mean,
4 is a little.
too
I don't
too
know.
late.
You can't
I
get
mean,
too crazy with this, Steven. Come on.
listen, I want it all, and I want it now.
Just watching the world burn, aren't you?
And the final card today that is straight to Commander. It is Go-Shintai of Life's Origin. Go-Shintai of Life's Origin is 3 and a green for a 3/4 legendary enchantment creature Shrine. You can pay a white, a blue, a black, a red, and a green, and tap it to return target enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It also says whenever Go-Shintai of Life's Origin or another non-token shrine enters the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 colorless shrine enchantment creature token.
I
Pretty.
feel like I literally texted you guys 3 days ago asking what you guys thought about making a Shrine Commander deck.
And I said you're stupid.
Now I think this is great.
There you go, dude. You got your shrine.
Could you imagine this with the Angry Jelly Bean?
I mean, this card seems really good, and I'm sure they're gonna find a way to break it. But I think it's really good because it's got fucking the rainbow.
Yeah.
You could play the rainbow, dude. Like, what the hell?
You can play any color card if you
Yeah.
make this your commander.
Didn't they already
just-
have a shrine deck going on like a standard or something? That was complete
They
bullshit.
did. Yeah.
There you go.
They added more shrines. They've also stated, Wizards, that shrine, even though it says shrine, it's not a creature type.
Okay.
Makes no sense to me.
So then why are we creating colorless shrine enchantment creature tokens? Like, why make a shrine? Like, why is that the thing it makes? That's so stupid.
Because it just is making shrines. I don't know, man.
That's stupid.
All I'm saying is this card with Ramp and Omnath would be so fun.
Yeah, dude. Maybe you'll make this commander.
No, absolutely not.
We
5
will.
colors is too aggressive for me.
I mean,
We
your
will also talk
lands-
about this card in our commander grade video.
Can you imagine how expensive your lands are in this deck, dude? Holy shit.
Ramp?
This will be a $2,000 deck.
No, your lands, dude. All the different colored lands you need, all the shocks and fucking whatever.
Fetches.
Yeah, I guess you could say all those lands would be shocking.
I hate you.
Oh, you're so funny, man.
Yo, that pun gets taken, but not my fucking whatever.
And that is it for today's spoilers. Hope you guys enjoyed. Before we go, Shane, do you have a favorite from today?
I thought I was gonna be in trouble for a minute. I was like, what? Yeah, I think I do. Wait, do I? Oh, the Soulripper, dude. That card's nuts.
The vehicle.
Yeah.
It's a good one. 2 mana for 4/3.
Yeah.
Steven, do you have a favorite from today?
100%.
What is it?
Jugan defends the temple. The Saga, the Flip Saga.
The Flip Saga. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's nutsos, man. I think that's gonna see so much play. It's not funny.
Hunter, can I guess what your favorite is?
Sure.
It's the sad commander, dude.
It's the sad commander.
Yeah.
What?
Sorry, Asari commander. Sorry.
Sorry, commander.
I don't
No,
think
it's
that's
actually the
Hunter's
good
favorite.
boy.
I think it's.
I like.
Is it
I
really
like
the good boy?
Yoshimaru, ever faithful. It's just a good
Ah,
boy,
what
just
a
sitting there
good
waiting for
boy.
his owner, dude. That's my favorite card of the set today. I
What a
love
good
it.
boy.
I hope I open one.
Hey Hunter,
Uh,
can I make you a promise?
What's the promise?
If I open one, I'm gonna frame it and never send it to you.
Oh
Oh,
my
thanks,
god.
Steven. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
And with that, hope you guys liked this video. If you did, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Follow us on our Instagram and our Twitter. At Instagram and Twitter, it's at Guys That Magic. We post all of the commons and uncommons, not just these rares and mythics that you've been seeing today. If you want to follow along throughout the entire spoiler season or future spoiler seasons, follow us over on our Instagram. Also, give a warm welcome to Steven once again. He is now part of Guys That Magic, so leave a little comment. Let him know. He's welcomed.
Yeah, how'd I
No.
do, guys? How'd I do? Let me know.
5 out of 10.
5 out of 10?
5 out of 5. Sorry.
Not 8 mana out of 10?
7 out of 8, dude.
Leave some untapped for me.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
And until next time, we will see you guys tomorrow for the final day of spoiler season of Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. This has been Guys That Magic. Peace.
Bye bye.
Hasta luego.